Hello, and welcome to the RealRam fam. On my channel, I intend to provide you with a safe platform to discuss the intersections of your entire being, to be able to be comfortable in your own skin, in mission or position. There is no one like you, and we all have a purpose and message. I, for one, am a black woman, mother of four, a military veteran, and a wife, and a social worker, just to name a few. From my channel, I hope that you learn more about military families and social workers. Three of the social work values are my aim in each video: importance of human relationships, dignity and worth of the person, and social justice. No matter what you initially think when you hear social worker, there is more to the profession. Trust me. Stay locked in by subscribing to the channel and be sure that you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Without further ado, on to today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I would like to thank my guests for joining me, or simply thank you for watching the pre-recorded episode. No matter what your birth order is, how you self-identify, and whether you like pancakes or waffles. If this is the first time you're hearing it today, I want you to know that you are loved. You were put here for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Until next time, take care of yourself. Be sure that you like and share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell. This is RealRam out. What's going on, Ram fam? So today, I just want to share a few thoughts about Meghan Markle and the Prince's interview. I did not watch it. I didn't read it. I didn't do anything. So, of course, we can say if you didn't watch it, you didn't read it, you didn't have any opinion. I don't have a factual opinion to give, but I know that Oprah can do any interview she wants to do it. Oprah is a very good interviewer, and she would get the information that is needed. Okay, and of course, this is the thing that's talked about on today, is this interview. People are calling in, people are giving their opinions, so I pretty much got a good summary based on other people's comments on what was said. The main thing really that I want to even just bring up is not even necessarily so much of my opinion of the interview, is the fact of what people have to say. That's the thing, is what people have to say. Okay, I've heard callers saying she knew what she was getting into. Some people saying she was naive. Some were saying she just thought she was just too good and that she was going to change the situation. Okay, then there's callers that are saying that, Prince Harry is a different person, and therefore Meghan didn't really know what she was getting into, right? Because she assumes that the family is going to be something like him, regardless. And then there was another one who was saying, she should have known about him and all this. I mean, do we really know what's going on in another country? No, because we're Americans and we're so self-centered. Okay, Americans are mainly the ones who can only speak one language. So why would anybody take the time to really know what's going on in another country? Really? Just because someone is in the media doesn't give you information to know about them. Just because they're a high profile person. Okay, on top of that, we're talking about royalty. Who knows what's going on with royalty? We don't even know what's going on behind closed doors of our own family members, let alone closed doors of our neighbor. So how in the world are you going to know what's going on in the family of royalty? So do we know what's going on in the family of Michael Jordan? No, we didn't know what was going on. We had assumptions. We didn't know anything until the team members opened their mouths. But still, even with that, you don't really know. You don't know what's going on with the Pope. You don't know what's going. People are people, and some people happen to have their lives out where we can see. But regardless, They're in another country. So we are only going to be able to see what they allow us to see. We know that our president went over there and acted a plum fool. He was disrespectful and all of that. So why would Meghan Markle have any idea of what is going on over there? So some people called and was like, because of the way that Princess Diana was treated, they should have given her some clue. Man, I believe that Meghan Markle is somewhere around my age. I don't have a clue what was going on with Princess Diana. Now, does that mean that maybe I should have read more and studied and knew what was going on? Maybe, but I don't know what was going on with Princess Diana. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to act like I know. Okay? Now, let's admit, let's also observe this. Meghan Markle is a biracial child, but she still is of the black community. How many of us in the black community really, truly, and honestly pay attention to what is going on in another country, in a royal community? Who really, truly is doing that? How many of us are sitting there scouring the internet, and especially way back in them days, how many of you are really knowing what's the paparazzi and all of that doing? It's not her fault. Okay, so what was revealed? Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know everything, but most of the callers are tripping on the fact that it was racism, that she was that they were racist against her, and that they talked about that they were more concerned about how dark the baby was going to be. We cannot act surprised about someone being treated badly or being discriminated against and being outcast or whatever because they're black. We're expecting differently because it's the royal family? No, not really. Now, I will say all of this. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that I don't have sympathy for her. And I'm not saying she got what she got. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just stating information. That it doesn't matter where you are. People cannot be surprised by racist behavior. We would expect and hope better, but once it happens, you cannot be like all surprised. And then you can't also be like saying to the other person, you should have known better. No, you hope for the best. Now, as was pointed out, she got over there and she was isolated. She had no one to turn to. Who was she going to talk to? No, we knew in the public, we knew that there were issues with the parents and her family and all of that. So who was she going to turn to? She got her stuff, her items taken away from her. She couldn't talk to her friends. Okay, and so just like if y'all have not yet read or listened to Michelle Obama's book, she lays it out to where we can understand in the layman's terms how it is to live in the White House. How you can just go from the streets of Chicago, being a lawyer, being a political activist, all of this stuff, being involved with your kids, a normal everyday life, to living in the White House. It's not that easy. So just imagine what it would be like living in the royal castle. We cannot imagine that. Most of you can't even join the military. You can't even going to basic training and having the TI telling you what to do. So how could you possibly know what she's going through being isolated and away from her family like that? She would expect, any of us would expect and hope to be embraced by our in-laws, no matter what. We thought that we married somebody, for what they were worth and how they treated us, and that their family would do the same. And then when they don't, we turn to other in-laws, right? Are you being treated this way? you're looking for something, and she didn't have it. So then we move on to finding out that she considered suicide. Now, of course, suicide is a touchy situation, and some people, everyone has their thoughts and their opinions about it. You can't always turn to religion, as stated. You have no one to turn to. Great for you if you think that you being stuck wherever, that if you praying to God is going to keep you sane enough to deal with everything that is around you, that's great on you. I give you a hand clap. But not for everyone else. Now, if you want to say, you got to think about everything people have been through worse. Hey, I give it to our ancestors, those who have endured and made it through for us, and that those who did not commit suicide. But suicide is a real thing. It happens. You see no other way out. I mean, she didn't have a family. So who was she gonna live for? She had her husband, but there was only so much that he could do. So who else is she living for? You say you live for yourself. You live for another day. But in that time, she's not seeing anything, or she's not seeing another day. She's not, like, it's horrible where she is, what she's going through, what she woke up to. So that's pretty much all I gotta say, since again, I didn't see the interview, but it was just enough that to let me see that people have opinions and they really don't know how it is to be in anyone else's shoes. So please leave me a comment. Drop me a comment. And if y'all want to talk about it, if we should do a live, because it is Social Workers Month. It is Women's History Month. She is a woman. Leave me a comment. Share the video. Subscribe so that you can get more. And hit that notifications bell. This has been RealRam out. Take care of yourself.